So what is going on, guys? NanoPins93 here with another video, and today is going to be our iPad Pro only desk setup tour. So I've been working on this desk setup for a little while now. It's right behind me, and kind of been figuring out what I want it to look like, what I want to be on the actual table. So the table's in our actual guest room, so there's not a ton of space to be moving and getting like giant desks from like, you know, the classic IKEA kitchen counter with the IKEA drawers. It's a little too big, and I had this desk, so I might as well, you know, keep it in use. And this desk is still from IKEA, and it's really well built. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the name of the desk is. I remember it being kind of cheap, but it's a pretty solid build. So the desk itself has one drawer that pulls out, and it has like the soft closing drawer, so if you can't like slam it shut, which is nice. Not a ton of drawer space, but I don't really need it. This is pretty much my like sit down and just get to work, right? I don't have a ton of stuff, a ton of peripherals. Like I don't deal with like documents that I need to put away. I don't have like a million chargers, and if I do, I put it all in the closet, right? So this is just what I need on a day-to-day in my essentials. Obviously, with an iPad Pro only desk setup, you need an iPad Pro. And the way I have the iPad Pro by itself set up right now is just the Apple keyboard and the Basis 6-in-1, you know, corner USB-C hub. Unfortunately, I lost my Apple Pencil like 2-3 days ago. I ordered a new one. It's coming in the mail today, as well as one of those covers that integrates with the Apple Pencil keyboard or with the Apple keyboard. Average Tech actually made a video on the Smart Buddy, which is essentially just like a back cover that goes in between the iPad and the Smart keyboard back. And it has a 3-pin connector pass-through, so it doesn't affect the iPad Pro keyboard cover, but it also gives you a little place to put your pencil. So that's the Cover Buddy. And that one is now, so when he first made a video on it, it was I think like $29, and now it's like $39, $49 depending on which one you get. I found a different one by iBlazon or Blazon, however you want to say it, that was $17. So let's see how that works. But in Average Tech Guy's video, he did say that his Basis corner USB-C hub no longer fit because of the way that cover is made. It's kind of like angular, and it doesn't give you that straight corner. Hopefully with this iBlazon one, I can still use that one, and if not, I can still use it as a dongle. It just won't look as pretty. Or I have another one like the Initech 9-in-1, which I also have as a dongle, which would work better with that setup. So again, a lot of moving parts, and I got to see what I'm going to do, because I was that person that thought like, hey, I would never lose my Apple Pencil. If it fell out, it would fall out inside of the backpack, and obviously that wasn't the case, and I'm pretty upset about it because it is $120, $130, but had to go and get another one because literally yesterday I was trying to take notes and I couldn't do it. Like I felt naked without the Apple Pencil, is basically what I'm trying to say. But obviously the iPad is the hub of this desk tour. Along with the iPad Pro, I have my Logitech MX Anywhere S2 or 2S, I always forget which one comes first. But that's what I use for my mouse. I've been using it more and more lately, especially when I'm editing videos and dragging timelines. I'm able to use like the mouse and then my left hand pretty well together. So it's kind of like a cool mixture in how it's all done. So I found a way to kind of use them both, like my touch interface as well as my mouse interaction, to be able to make my workflow a little more efficient, because I kind of do two things at once. That's the beauty of the iPad. You can interact with it in so many different ways and however you want, whatever works best for you. You got the Apple Pencil, you got mouse support now, like Xbox, PS4 controllers, and obviously the normal touch interface with your finger or your hand or all your fingers, whatever the case may be. So after that, obviously I got my AirPods Pro. I don't have I know a lot of people have, you know, their work headphones, which is like the over-ear, like I want it to sound perfect. I don't have a pair of over-ear headphones. I just use my AirPods for everything, whether it's commuting, working at my desk, or just casually listening, like while cleaning around the house, things like that. So it's perfect for all the above, in my opinion. That's why $250 is not that hard of a pill to swallow for me, because A, I know it's going to last me 3 years, and B, I use it in every single aspect, not just for like one use case scenario. I use it every single day for multiple hours a day, honestly. And then to the corner on the right, so I needed to get some sort of like charging hub. So what I did was this Satechi one was actually at my nightstand. I replaced that one with the one that I just got. I actually found out is by Qbetter, the 3-in-1 wireless charger for the AirPods Pro, Apple Watch, and iPhone. And I just moved the Satechi one from my nightstand to here. It's got 3 USB-A plugs, so none of them are fast charge. None of them are like anything crazy. And then it has like the adapter to charge your Apple Watch as well. So I just wanted something that was there, because I can't have multiple things charging off of my iPad Pro, even with the dongle. Because I have one USB-C in, which is to charge the iPad, and then I have one USB-A out, which is the only way I could charge something else, right? So I wanted some sort of hub. So right now I just got a lightning cable connected. I had two, I got rid of one of them, and then I got my Apple Watch charging right there. And then underneath everything is this mat that I got off of Amazon. I think it was about $18. It has the RGB lights going around that you can change to any different color. You can have it pulsate to a bunch of different colors as well. And I like how it's, you know, flat. It's not made of leather. It's kind of like a soft touch material, and I like it. You know, after you got to let it sit for about a day, so because it comes rolled up, let it sit for about a day with nothing on there, and then it lays flat. And for $18, it's hard to really compare, especially because this desk is like glass, and I didn't really want that. I didn't want my mouse on glass, so this protects the desk, helps out when you're using mouse support, and it's just nice to have, and it's a cool little accent because it has, like I said again, the RGB colors going around. It's not a smart one, so I can't control it with any app or anything, but there's a little controller on the top left that kind of lets you cycle through all the different colors, which is nice. And again, for 18 bucks, hard to complain. I could have gone with a leather one, or I could have gone to like Alienware or Razer and got one for like $50, $80, but again, $18, hard to complain, guys. Then obviously, got my Harry Potter bottle. Gotta keep yourself hydrated. And then lastly, I have a lamp. It was a collab between Tomins and Initech, so Initech sent it over. It's not a smart light or anything, doesn't have any cool features, it's just nice and minimal, and it's there. It kind of looks like the Pixar light, you know, but made out of wood, which is kind of cool. So one thing that I did wish I had was maybe like a wireless charger on the bottom right there to kind of complete the tech setup, but again, these are extremely cheap, extremely durable, and the only thing that I'm going to do to change it up is probably add a smart light in there, which I do have an extra one, so I got to throw in a Hue light as my light bulb. Right now I just have a classic light bulb. And that's pretty much my desk setup in a nutshell, guys. You know, this is what I do. The only thing that I'm going to leave in the comments, or I'm going to leave to you guys to kind of help me out, is like, should I get a monitor? Do I need another monitor enabled to kind of maximize my experience? I'm thinking most likely yes, 24-inch or 27-inch monitor for the iPad Pro setup. But again, compatibility with monitors isn't great yet. So the only time you can kind of take advantage of the entire monitor screen is if you're in the same aspect ratio as an iPad Pro, which is very hard to find a monitor nowadays with that aspect ratio, which I think is 4:3 or something like that. Most of them are 16:9, or they're just getting wider and wider and wider. So whenever you're using the iPad Pro, it's only a mirrored display. So the only reason you would want to get one is if you want a larger display, because you can't use them in conjunction. So you can't use the iPad Pro and then have like an empty monitor to just throw different apps in there like you would with a classic laptop setup. But one thing that you do have to deal with the monitor is the letterboxing, because like I said, of the aspect ratios that these new monitors come in. So unless you're watching like a video on Netflix or YouTube and you full screen it, you'll always get letterbox and get 2 black bars on the side. One thing that I do want to find out is I know that some applications have support for a secondary monitor, so if you're within that application, it takes advantage of the monitor. So I'm hoping, like, let's say if I'm using LumaFusion to edit some of these videos for you guys, I can use that second monitor to kind of preview what's going on as I'm editing, as opposed to previewing it in like one section of the iPad Pro and then having a timeline underneath. So I know, like I said, some applications take advantage of it, but there aren't that many, and they're mostly like productivity applications. And I think that's to me the final step. Let me use a monitor how we're supposed to be able to use a monitor. Once that happens and you're not letterboxed and it doesn't look ugly, and more functionality, like let me use 2 screens. Like, why does it have to mirror, right? Why are you restricting me to mirroring the screen and not being able to like fully, like I want to be able to drag a few apps, like have 2 apps on my iPad, have 3 apps going on the monitor to be able to really take advantage of that A12X Bionic, which is in there, and it's powerful enough to handle all that. So it's not a matter of power or hardware, it's a matter of the software just allowing you to do that. And I know that Apple can fix this very, very quickly, so let's bash them, guys. Hopefully, I mean, I doubt somebody from Apple's watching this, but if you guys are, that to me is the last step to really make that, remember that commercial about 1 to 2 years ago where that little girl was on her iPad and she's like, what's a computer? That is what's gonna kind of give you that vision. Like, that's what Apple wanted. They wanted the iPad to be the end-all be-all of 90 to 95% of Apple consumers, right? You still have that top 10, 5% that need that extra horsepower from MacBook Pros and iMac Pros and things like that. But 90% of Apple users that want a computer experience are going to end up with an iPad, by 2021, 2022, because that's going to be enough. That's going to be enough to get 90 to 95% of your work done. So once Apple allows me to use a monitor the way I want to use a monitor, this is game over. Like, nobody will know, like, Apple's vision of what's a computer will become a reality, in my opinion. So that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, comment below if you guys think I need a monitor. I wouldn't mind. I have one in mind to put up here. I think it's a 24-inch and it's not that expensive, but And again, everything that I use will be linked down below if you guys want to check it out. If you guys made it to the end of the video, shoot me a comment. That's awesome. I really do appreciate the support. And until next time, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.